Hi, my name is Naledi Modupi. I'm a visual artist and illustrator, and I'm hanging out with essay creatives. I grew up surrounded by Black people, surrounded by Black women, so I only got exposed to anything that isn't predominantly Black at my bigger age. So I've always known Black to be beautiful. I've always known Black to be the star of my life, and I've always wanted to showcase that outside of Black being represented as the struggle story or asking to be seen or asking to be seen as beautiful. I think for me it was just easy to show it as I know it, which is beautiful and vibrant and bold. So it was very easy to choose my subject because that's just who I am, and that's what's surrounded by me, and that's what I know best and how I know how to show it best. I think what drew me to creating work that is semi-abstract, so not necessarily having a specific face or figure, is for a lot of people to be able to see themselves in my work, to see reflections of themselves in my work. Whether or not you're a Black woman, I need you to be able to engage and connect with the colors, the figures, however you wanted to connect to. So it was just a better way to communicate to more people, and it felt true to myself. My work tries to imagine Blackness for the future, something that no one knows. So almost cementing the idea of Blackness being beautiful, being bright, being celebrated for the future. So once we're in it, we already know how it's meant to look. So that's just my contribution to how I would like Blackness to be celebrated or seen in the years to come, without referencing the past. I've always imagined my art to be work that lives in everyday life. So I think that's what I want for my work. I want it to be something that you bump into every day and you're constantly reminded of beauty and Blackness. So for the future, I see my work in more everyday stuff. Even if it's someone else creating work for galleries in my style, I imagine it to be something that a lot of people adopt or, I don't know, imprint in their brains. Looking at work that represents Blackness, it always connects back to our history, and that isn't the prettiest. I think I want to create work that is decorative. I don't pay too much attention and putting too much meaning and too much weight in it. So choosing the colors and the jewelry, I think I choose stuff that would look nice in your living room, just so it's pretty. I like pretty work, so I try and make my work pretty, and that's how I choose the colors. Art is meant to start conversations in very safe spaces. I think like comedians, you can talk about the most taboo things. Similar to art, this is a platform for you to introduce ideas, introduce topics that most people wouldn't generally speak about. But I think with my work, it's meant to be a source of therapy for anyone, like an escape. So it depends, but I think mine for society is meant to be an escape for anyone who feels not seen or has, underlying traumas around race and culture and tradition. I created an artwork of my granny. So because I know my granny and I know her story, I think how people were able to interpret the work proved that faces really do tell stories, because I'd hear a lot of comments like, she looks like Pussy Mshongo, but she had that vibe, or she looks like she's been through so much, but there's just so many meanings to it, and every time I hear something from someone, it's like, that is actually who she was. So that also really added to the fact that faces do tell stories, and that one specifically was meant to tell her story without being too much on anyone. It's just her face and colors. But for some reason, you're able to take whatever you want to take from it, and in most cases, it really is the story. My plans for the rest of the year, I've recently started exploring a new style which speaks on topics which is quite personal to me actually, and it's not happy work. I've always created work that is happy and celebrates people. So I've recently started working on a series that speaks about me and my heartbreaks, and I think it's quite interesting, and I'm very insecure about it because it's truly me exposing myself to a lot of people, but I'm enjoying that and I can't wait to see what the next year has for that series.